Hello, welcome to Celestial Signposts. My name is Nicholas. Today I'm going to be doing a spread from the Kim Krantz Archetypes Oracle Deck Guidebook. It is a 5-card spread called the Heroine's Journey. The first card is the inner voice, the agitation or dissatisfaction or inspiration. The second card is the threshold, the obstacle to your leaving, the habit that wants to hold you back. The third card is the ordeal, the deep, profound challenge or dilemma you will face along the way. The fourth card is the boon, the reward, wisdom, skill, or blessing you will attain on the journey. The fifth card is the return, what you can expect to encounter upon your return. The homecoming impacts your ability to integrate meaningful change. I'm going to be doing this 5-card spread with Kim Krantz's Archetype Oracle deck. I will be clarifying the cards from the Oracle deck with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot card deck. This is a good reading for anyone that is on a journey. Thank you for your patience. My intention is to do weekly tarot card reading videos. I have not been doing weekly tarot card reading videos as I was in a master's program that I completed recently. I will be focusing on developing the channel as I've completed my master's program. The first card, the call. The village. The second card, the threshold. Eros. The third card, the ordeal. The healer. The fourth card, the boon. The siren. The fifth card, the return. The mystic. A feeling of belonging. The village. Desire, draw, attraction, Eros. That is the threshold. The ordeal, the challenge, the healer. Healing, wholeness, integration. The serpent has 3 heads. There are 3 stones contained within the egg. I am reminded of the crown chakra, the heart chakra, and the sacral chakra by these stones. The boon, the siren, magnetism, allure. The return, the mystic, union. This is a deeply Venusian reading. For those of you that this reading is helpful for, this is a journey of healing your ability to draw others, your ability to draw things to you. I will go into each of these cards in detail. I will clarify them with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot card deck. The village. The hometown, the family, the tribe. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. The village moves with you. It is more of a mindset than a physical place. Returning to the village is as important as leaving it. This can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learn out in the wild. This is your comfort zone. Your comfort zone can be a location, a group of people, a mindset. This is about moving away from the familiar, scaling the mountain of the unknown on a journey towards wholeness. The threshold, the obstacle, that which tries to hold you back is Eros. Love as desire, eroticism, sensuality. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypical energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces others, and in doing so, we awaken. Rather, in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its center. I am reminded of the importance of Eros in the Renaissance traditions of magic. Eros is desire. It is the draw. It is the attraction. Eros can be understood as the fuel for magic. When you do a ceremonial magical operation, when you manifest something, when you use natural magic, bringing together herbs and stones, you're using the power of draw, of attraction, of drawing things to each other to bring something into being. This is the threshold card for this journey. My thinking is this is a fear of Eros, a fear of one's ability to draw things to oneself, to draw others, a fear of connection. It can be a binding. There can be something that one is drawn towards that tries to keep them in a place of comfort, in a place of familiarity. Eros can be the string that you use to draw something to you, to bring something into manifestation, to draw the energies you intend to manifest in your life into your life. It can be the chain that binds you to something. This is a journey of learning the nature of Eros. The third card, the challenge, is the healer. the light worker, the gifted, the old soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is with everyone, rather is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is multi-layered and circuitous. Rather, it is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origins, much like the Ouroboros. This is about the awakening of desire as a manifestation of the force of life. Note that both the Eros card and the healer card describe a circuitous path. The path is towards wholeness, towards integration. The three heads of this serpent becoming one. The Kundalini, the energy of life, can express itself as desire. The energy of life is an energy of individuation on the descent, an individual being realizing its nature as an individual. On the ascent, it is an energy of reintegration, of unification with the divine. The Kundalini can arise and express itself as desire. There's fear of desire in this reading. The challenge is channeling the desire, channeling Eros, channeling the ability to attract into a force of healing and wholeness. The gift, the boon that one receives, is the siren. The temptress, the seducer, the femme fatale. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters, and the work of the siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent. Following her song, we go down, down, down to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might, resisting the call may not even be an option, unless, like Odysseus, we bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It's likely, though, that falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more fully on the surface. As this is the boon for this journey. And the journey is one of Eros holding one back, of healing, of the arising of the Kundalini, the energy of life. The boon is magnetism. The boon is using the energy of life, of Eros, of desire to draw things to oneself. The homecoming is the mystic. This energy of drawing things to oneself is a drawing to and simultaneously a meeting of the divine. In alchemy, it is the Eros Gamos, the sacred marriage. The alchemist meeting the divine through their work, the divine meeting the alchemist. There are a number of esoteric schools that express their teachings through the lens of eroticism, of romance, of marriage. This is a primal, essential language that expresses how Eros, how desire, can be used as a vehicle for the ascent of consciousness. The mystic, the seeker, the light worker, the dreamer. The mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or lighthearted daydreamer. Yet like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear the darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. The fire of the Kundalini, the fire of life, is a dark fire. It is incredibly powerful, it is incredibly bright, it is dark in that it is mysterious. It burns away all impurities. It relishes impurities. It seeks out the impure and burns the impure away. It is said in alchemy, the fire does not burn that which is pure. There is a fear of Eros, a fear of the arising of the Kundalini, of the energies of life, of harnessing Eros, of using desire to draw things to oneself, to draw the divine to you, to draw yourself to the divine. That is where this journey goes, is a meeting with the divine, a meeting with your capacity to draw things to you, to magnetize to an energetic frequency, and for that energetic frequency to manifest in your life, fueled by the energy of life, by the energy of desire. I will clarify the cards in the spread. The Village, the Page of Cups, the Devil reversed. The familiarity is likely toxic romantic relationships. Page of Cups can represent a romance that is immature. The Devil card reversed has significations of a state of bondage, of toxicity. Eros, the Five of Pentacles, the Lord of Material Troubles. The Ace of Wands reversed. A feeling of lack, of not deserving the energy that one can wield. The fear of desire extends from likely childhood experiences, periods of lack, of going without. And there is a fear of power. It is likely that there are toxic romantic relationships that are familiar, that renew a feeling of hopelessness or futility. The Healer. The High Priestess. The Three of Wands reversed. Intuition. And a constraining of one's perspective. Integration requires a trusting of one's intuition, of that which is beyond the rational. And as I mentioned, there is a fear of power connected to a feeling of lack. The feeling of lack constrains one's perspective. The obstacle to healing is a constraining of one's perspective, of an inability to feel worthy of what one can manifest. This is what is perpetuating the familiar toxic cycles in one's life. The Kundalini is blocked because it is tied up in toxicity, connected to an anxious fear of going without. If one gets what one wants, if one draws their desires to them, they can be taken away. That is the pattern of thought that blocks the energy. That is what blocks the integration. The siren. The Five of Cups reversed. The Nine of Swords reversed. Grief you have not learned from. Suffering, pain you are holding on to. As I mentioned, this is a challenge with not being able to, rather, a challenge of not drawing things to you because you did not get what you wanted in the past. Focusing on the past, where you did not get what you wanted in the past, is what is blocking you from getting what you want in the present, from magnetizing it to you. The Five of Cups can have significations of crying over spilt milk. When a card is reversed, the energy of the card is blocked or expresses itself in a way that is ill-dignified. The Nine of Swords reversed is suffering, holding on to pain, ruminating. You are ruminating on what you did not get in the past, and it prevents you from drawing things to you in the present. Trust your intuition. Be honest about what you want, what you have the capacity to accomplish, what you can draw to you, and release your attachment to what you did not get in the past. This journey leads to the mystic of union with the divine, enosis. The Nine of Pentacles, Lord of Material Gain, the Strength card reversed. It leads to self-sufficiency. One can draw things to oneself when one is self-sufficient, when one is stable. When you are stable, when you are Shiva, sitting in repose, Shakti, the energy of life, the Kundalini, is drawn to you. It is a magnetism. The active force is drawn to the passive. Shiva's stillness draws the active force of Shakti to him, around him. The Strength card reversed, there is a fear of your subconscious, a fear of the energies of life. The subconscious contains your emotional energy. It is your means of accessing the energies of life. There is a fear of entering into the waters, of experiencing dissolution, of union. You're repeating toxic cycles because of their familiarity. It stems from a feeling of lack, a feeling of if you got what you want, it could be taken away. This results in you preferring a familiar toxic cycle. This blocks your Kundalini, your energy of life. It blocks your healing. It obscures your intuition. It narrows your perspective. If you can move through this, if you can move into healthy relationships, you gain your ability of magnetism. You can draw things to you that you want. You learn how to resonate with an energetic frequency. Your Eros, your desire, becomes a string that you draw things to you with rather than a chain that binds you. This leads to self-sufficiency and a confrontation with the subconscious. If you can move through this confrontation, you meet the divine. Thank you for listening to this tarot card reading. You can find my website if you would like to book a private tarot card reading or astrological consultation. I do natal astrology, horary astrology, electional astrology, and transit analysis.